Stratford Rotary Complex for Draw 6 of the New Holland Canadian Junior Curling Championships. I'm here with Sean Turriff, I'm Brian Chick, and we are about to get started between British Columbia and Quebec #1. We had a little bit of a delay getting started. The ice makers needed a few more minutes to get the sheet prepared, so we are a little behind schedule, but we are about to get underway, and BC will start with the hammer. Sean, what are we expecting from these two teams today?
Well, I think they're both relatively young teams, both relatively new to arena play, somewhat similar to what we saw yesterday with our broadcast at noon. I think it'll be interesting. I think we just have to wait and see how they adjust to the big arena setting.
As I said before, British Columbia will start with the hammer. The pregame draw to the button was actually quite close. BC touched the button with both of theirs, and Quebec touched button and had a forefoot. So it was just a few centimeters between making the difference there. So BC will start with the hammer, and Quebec will be launching the first stone very shortly.
When are we allowed to start?
The Quebec team playing out of Lennoxville and Rivière-du-Loup. Lead Leah Andrews is going to start us off.
Tight guard. 5, 4, 10 is good. Yeah, I'll throw it in the throwing, I guess. Yep. Line's good. 3. Wade's good. Line's good. 2. 3. Clean. 3. Good curl clean. No, line's good. Jesse. It's heavy, maybe. Close guard. Just the weight. Line's good. Curling now. No, it's good. Right here, guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nice shot, Leia. Yeah.
Quebec opting to start with the center guard. We saw that also yesterday, right off the bat. As we keep saying, a lot of times these teams like to play the first couple ends clean, but we haven't seen that yet.
That's more fun for us. We mix it up a little bit.
Mid close.
So Natalie Hafeli, playing out of the Kamloops Curling Club, is lead for British Columbia. And they're also throwing a guard, so we might get some rocks in play this round.
We say that. We got fooled on that yesterday a couple of times, but let's hope. It's promising so far.
Just a tiny bit more, not too much. Bit wide. It's a bit heavy now. Well, you can. I'm needs to curl. Dying. Alex. Hard. Needs to curl. Keep it clean. You gotta finish it. Gotta finish it. Gotta go. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going, Alex. Keep going. Keep going.
Well, like we saw yesterday, there is a ton of curl on this ice. That rock was way out there, and they still managed to get it back across the line and buried behind the guard. A little deeper than they'd like, but there's certainly a lot of curl. And it seems from the pregame practice that it might be just a hair slower than we saw yesterday. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think as the week goes on, we're going to see the ice change as it gets out of its green phase. Probably, what, about a half a second slower, maybe a little bit more.
Well, yesterday's pregame practices, we were seeing draws in the 16 and a half second hog to hog, and the draws to the button that they threw prior to the game were closer to 15. So it is a little bit slower, but still certainly what we would consider fast ice.
For sure. Yeah. The girls seem to have a good read on the curl so far. Both of those draws behind the guards are dead buried.
This is Jesse Sutherland, 19 years old and a student at Champlain College. Champlain, not Champaign.
Sounds like a good college.
Yeah, I'd go.
Top 4 guys, just you. Needs to curl. Back 12. Bringing it. T.
Again, the line's pretty good, but it's sliding a little bit deep on them.
No, T. Leave it. Good, Jess. It's not bad. It's okay.
And another 19-year-old, Hannah O'Neill, about to throw for British Columbia.
Because then if we need, we can pass that.
Opting to peel the guard,
You got this.
open up those back yellows, make them accessible.
Good. Good. 10. Yep. Nice try. Yep. That was good. We just like shouldn't have selected it, but. Stay low. Yep. Yep. Keep going. 9-1. Hey, that works, Hannah. The guard. Good. 3.
A little bit of an over curl there. We saw that a little bit again as they were working out their broom placement of the last stone draw. They were getting some over curls. They adjusted pretty well by the time it came time to throw that last stone draw. But that's something to keep an eye on.
We saw it yesterday again, that rotation is so important. If you don't have a positive spin as you deliver it to the broom, it will really dive on you and tend to over curl. So you'll see a lot of what we might call pokey releases that are really kind of stabbing it right towards the broom to get that extra rotation.
2. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Nice,
Good, Jess.
fairly well-placed guard from Sutherland. Maybe over-curled an inch.
Yeah. Run it. Even feels the miss. You got this.
Hannah O'Neill being asked for appeal to keep that front open. Hopefully BC just trying to give themselves a shot, maybe for 2 by the end of the end. And Quebec's going to keep putting back.
Really engaged crowd again today. There's not a ton of people in the seats. I'm assuming it looks like mostly family and supporters, but they're loud.
Line's good.
Alexia Perron, the third for Quebec, being asked to put that guard back.
Sorry.
And yeah, it is a sparse crowd, but it is an enthusiastic one.
Hard, you guys gotta go. Hard, Jesse, you gotta cross center. Hard. Hard, Jesse. Hard, you gotta cross. Hard, drag it. Go, as far as you can go. Hard.
Pretty good scrub there from the Quebec sweepers. Got a lot of late finish on that rock and managed to get it mostly in the way of those 2 in the house.
Yeah, it got close enough that the BC has to address it, and they want to pull it off. Those ones being back, those 2 yellows being back behind the tee line, they can afford to ignore them a little bit for a little while.
This is Georgia Kopitko. I think I'm saying that right. I apologize if I'm not, but she makes the peel, and Quebec's going to throw the guard back.
That one was pretty close. They almost jammed it on that red one, which wouldn't have been a great situation.
Yeah, it's not exactly how they were calling it, was it? They were trying to drive it to the right of the screen as we look at the house, and managed to cross it, but they got away with it.
Yeah.
I pushed it a bit. I pushed it. Maybe a bit more. 3. Whoa, switch. Jesse, switch. Needs to curl. Hard, Jesse, you really gotta go. Hard, Jesse, hard. Hard, Jesse. Hard, keep going. Hard, Jesse. Go. Hard.
Good line call there by the skipper.
Good shot.
Another really good sweep there from the Quebec front end and put that guard. I didn't think it was going to make it that far over, but they were able to drag it quite a ways.
There's so much curl on this ice. I mean, we've been seeing it in the short time we've been on the air. We've been talking about how much it's, watching for over curls and such. It was that was a pretty smart call. Just keep dragging it, let the ice do what it's going to do. let the rock work.
Okay. Yeah, you got it.
So change of gears here from BC. They're going to try to play a soft way little tappy freeze on those back yellows.
Nice.
Kopitko throwing the out turn.
Whoa.
Fresh path. So we'll see what it does here. It's hanging right now.
Starting to go.
Coming down. Forward.
Now they got to fight the curl a little bit.
Great shot, Joe.
Actually, that's pretty ideal.
That's pretty well done.
Yeah, we can do this. I like going this way. We've been playing it. This, there? Yeah. Because we can... freeze to it. If we tap it a bit, it's not bad. Same as my draw the pin?
Yep.
90.
Quebec skip is Lauren Cheel. She's 18 years old and a social sciences student at also Champlain College. Looking to lock another one on in the back forefoot behind that guard.
Where is it? Leia. Whoa. No. It's like, yeah,
Clean
T
it.
back forward.
Jesse.
T.
Jesse! Whoa! What's the way? Hard! Yeah! Hard! Hard! Hard!
Good, good.
Nice shot.
Very nicely done. Great patience by the sweepers there too. You could tell that they really wanted to go, but they had to wait for the curl to take over before they could really walk it over, and placed it perfectly.
I really like that she took that handle too. She just saw BC throw the other turn, but she was paying attention to what her own team was doing, and she's building off of the experience of her own throwers. So she took the handle that they had been throwing and put it in there perfectly. Smart call.
They threw that guard to roughly the same line 4 times, so they had a really good read on that particular line. And instead of chasing what they didn't know or may not have been confident with, they threw what they knew and walked it right down and placed it perfectly. This is Holly Hafeli, skip of the BC team out of Kamloops.
If you don't feel like we need throws, it's good.
She's quite a bit tighter than the Quebec skip.
She looks like she's a little bit down with the weight too.
Yeah.
A little bit tighter, a little bit less weight. And the curl just started a little bit earlier, and they wreck on that guard. Yeah, I think that was just all weight, Brian. I think she's just straight up light. Quebec has a decision here. Which path do you cut off? I guess you cut off the one you've seen 5 rocks thrown down. But we know that BC can throw the other turn because they did it once. Tough call, really, I guess. But at the end of the day, this probably makes more sense.
To be honest, if I was Quebec, I'd be throwing another one right into the top 4 there. And considering the skip just made it so well, he'd do it again and really put the screws
Put the pressure on.
to BC. But they're just calling the guard, trying to block off that path to force BC into a wide out-turn draw. Taking quite a bit more ice than we just saw from BC. But again, they've seen it a few times. They know it's going to warp here. It's going to walk right over back to the center line almost.
It's just all about where that break point starts, and that's obviously weight dependent. Called that pretty well.
Nice placement from the Quebec skip, and now BC has a choice to make, whether they're trying to navigate the port on the left side or play the come around on the right side.
Interesting call here. I think it's a deceivingly big port, but
Gonna be a little
the angle of
further
those
here,
guards
remember,
is
Hulk, that might cut in
sort of
more.
backwards. Because the red one's higher than the yellow one, it's deceivingly small.
It's smaller than it looks, basically.
Yeah.
Especially as that curl sets in from the hog line in, it's basically going sideways, and that is not the stagger that is ideal for this particular shot.
If she's going to make this, she's going to have to skinny that red guard, and probably skinny the yellow one as well.
Nice positive extension, quite a bit farther out than her previous attempt.
Yep, coming down. Come down. Whoa. See where we go.
I think the line is pretty good. It just has to curl an inch. And they're through the hole. Is the weight okay?
Weight only. Weight there. Weight there. Weight there.
Okay, well.
Weight's there. Good shot.
Oh.
Maybe slid just an inch too deep. Great attempt from Natalie Hafeli, but just an inch too deep, and it's a steal for Quebec right off the bat. So after one end, Quebec starts with a steal, and they will lead 1-0. We'll be back with the second end right after this.
When the cab is your office, you'll never get tired of going to work. Spring, summer, fall. Season after season, New Holland offers the solutions and connected technology that you need. From seeding and spraying to the world's leading twin-rotor combine, New Holland has you covered from emergence to harvest. Visit your local New Holland dealer to learn more about how New Holland helps you get it done.
Welcome back to our coverage of the New Holland Canadian Juniors from Stratford, Ontario. We're at the Stratford Rotary Complex. Brian Chick here with Sean Turriff, and we've seen some pretty precise shot making right out of the gate in the first end.
Yeah, they picked up on the curl and the weight really well. Of course, they had the 9-minute practice, but that doesn't always necessarily translate into gameplay. For these teams, they seem to have picked up on that pretty well.
Leah Andrews for the Quebec lead is 19 years old, is an accounting and management student at Champlain College.
I think we'll continue to keep an eye on the rotations they're throwing. That one over curled a little bit too, and late in the shot, the handle seemed to slow down a little bit, and it seemed to surf a little bit over to the side of the sheet. So, just something to keep an eye on as we go through the game.
I can't see from here. Height.
3 of the 4 Quebec players are actually all from attending Champlain College at the moment.
Tight, guys. If you can leave it as long as you can. Over and off? Yeah.
It's over.
Okay.
Natalie Hafeli is 17.
Slip down center.
And a student at Kamloops Secondary School.
Okay.
Same weight is good for me.
But this rock's a little slower.
Oh, okay. A little bit more.
I don't think it's that much.
Oh,
Slow. How close?
line's good.
Make sure
Alex
it's there.
first.
Hard.
Alex first.
Make sure it's there. How close?
Yep.
Beats the curl.
Another end with a couple of guards out of the gate. We did get the rocks in play that we wanted last end, so we'll see if that trend continues.
So if we were worried about weight, Brian, we should not, or sorry, if we were worried about the speed of the ice, we shouldn't anymore. I got a 17-2 on that. Hog to hog.
So right up to where it was yesterday,
Don't have anything in.
with a lot of curl. This is the conditions that players love, because it means you can make all sorts of fun shots.
Yeah, it's curling now. It's not shuffleboard. It's gonna move. Got to count on it. Got to be patient.
Looks nice.
Really tight.
It's one of the, I think one of the advantages of getting the players to play on the arena surfaces. It requires patience, right? You have to count on the fact that it's going to break and it's going to break hard.
Weight's all there.
You really have to trust that it's going to and anticipate that it's going to, because a lot of the time once it starts to curl, if you're late on the sweeping, it's already too late. So once you've seen it, you really have to put that in your memory bank and consult it every time you go down that path again.
Yeah, I think managing that break point, to your point, I think it's important at every level and on every surface, but it's really accentuated here. As opposed to your club.
Yeah, for a lot of these players, it might be their first opportunity to play on professionally prepared arena ice, which, as we keep saying, is faster with a lot more curl than your average club. Not every club. Some are able to replicate these conditions, but a lot of clubs don't have 5 or 6 feet of curl on with a 17-second draw hog to hog. So. For these players to get that experience at this level is valuable and hopefully translate to future success when they find themselves on arena ice again.
Nice draw there. Put that right in behind the staggered guards.
Hannah O'Neill being asked to remove 2 yellow guards, and it looks like she's got a pretty good shot here.
Just watch that jam on that red one at the back. That's a touch unfortunate.
A little bit unlucky there. That not only basically froze to that back yellow, but it's all back red rather. It's also guarded by a red rock, the corner out front.
420 would be good. Oh, need to blow my nose.
It's also probably the first time that a lot of players here have been mic'd for television, so you get a lot of little insight into the commentary that goes on between shots.
So one of the unique parts of the U21 National New Holland Canadian Junior Championships is that we have a lounge every night for the coaches, where the coaches can go and decompress and chat and such. And had a chat with Coach Jeff from the Quebec team last night, saying just that this was the first time his team had been mic'd up. And they were actually feeling a little nervous about it, and so I gave them a little pep talk on that one, and hopefully the girls aren't feeling too nervous about it. But it's easy to forget you've got a microphone, and there's been a few hot mic issues.
Yeah, easy 9.
Well, ideally you can forget you've got the microphone on and you forget about the cameras, and after the first or second shot, you're right back into curling mode and not worried about
All the way, not hard.
not worried about the broadcast. So.
All the way, not. Okay, roll it away. That's fine.
Hannah O'Neill peels off another guard. And as we saw last end, Quebec's going to put it back. We've got 3 other games going on this pad. We've got Alberta at Saskatchewan. Alberta leading 2-0 after the first end. Nova Scotia leading 2-0 over Ontario 2 on the sheet next door. And Yukon up 1-0 on Ontario 1 on the other side. There are 4 more games on a separate pad that we can't see from here. So if you want scores, go to curling.ca and click on the scores button.
Really needs to curl, guys. Gotta curl. Gotta curl it, Leia. Hard, Leia. Go, Leia. Cross center. Hard, Leia. Hard, Leia.
Another big scrub here from the Quebec lead, Leia Andrews. And another great management of that curl, really relying on that finish to get it over where you want it to be.
Really great to see that the Quebec front end, Leia stuck with that all the way. She's line-wise, she's probably 3 feet away from where she needed to be coming over the hog line, but didn't let up at all. Just pounded that rock all the way in. Good for her.
Georgia Kopitko looking for the run back. And just missed, but at least got the guard out of the way. That's an acceptable outcome for that shot.
9-3. Same thing. Yeah.
So based on where that broom is and where they want it to end up, you're looking at edge of 8 foot to the center line is 4 feet plus another foot. So you're getting about 5 feet of curl with that tight guard weight, which makes for a great surface, and you can make, like I said before, a lot of the shots. You can make the come arounds, the lightweight hits. You can really rely on that curl to get that rock where you want it to be.
Leia, you gotta go.
No.
Even if we're in, we gotta go. Okay, whoa.
No.
I think it's good.
17.1 seconds hog to hog I got on that one.
16-9.
So these rocks are
16-9.
really sliding nicely, and like we keep saying,
All right,
tons
you
of
guys
curl.
get
So
them out. Should we not try to hit it one more time?
Yeah.
They're close. Get them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same weight. 9. Still here, yeah.
It feels like the Quebec skip. Lauren. It feels like Lauren is getting more comfortable with letting her sweeper drag it in. It's good to see.
here's Georgia Kopitko again, trying to play the run back.
It's close.
Pretty close. Makes
Great
it
shot.
and rolls out. So that really opens up your scoring area for BC now. They were, a few seconds ago, they were probably fighting over the 4-foot or the button, and now the whole house is available for extra points.
We've spent a lot of time already talking about how much curl there is. A shot like that, Brian, so difficult because of the amount of curl. Maybe at a club, for instance, it might be relatively easy. Hit the broom, it's going to run straight. Here, even with that weight, you're going to get quite a bit of curl. So to run it straight back and get that double, that's a great shot.
This ice is still fairly weight sensitive. If you do get the weight up, it's going to curl less. But like you said, there is still a lot of, at least a little bit of movement on the big weight shots.
Top 8.
Jesse,
Where
top
is it? Line's good.
Wait. No.
Whoa. Needs to curl.
No.
It's heavy.
It's okay.
Love this call from Quebec. Just keep the pressure on, throw another one in there, make them chase you.
At the end, Leia.
Leia, finish.
Looks like Lauren's a little heavy here, but not too deep.
Leia's had a big end. She's done a lot of sweeping this end.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I think leave a little
So
higher.
line was perfect, but just about 3 feet heavy from where she wanted to be, and that gives BC the opportunity to follow that yellow down and put a red right on top of it.
Not a horrible result, though. I mean, sure, BC can come down on top of it, but they can't get rid of it. So I don't think they can get rid of it. Maybe they could. I don't know that I'd take that on, but
That was like a 14-6.
shrinks the scoring area, right? So what BC's doing is they're coming in, they're going to try and freeze. I'm assuming Quebec would come in and freeze on top of that and then force to the one.
Yeah, the good news, bad news there is it's a little bit deeper than they want, but even if BC makes a good freeze, there's still enough room to put another freeze on top of it and really cut down that scoring area.
Tear down.
Need a top 4. Yep. You got this,
Top
girls,
8.
all the way. Yeah.
Top 12.
Hard for line. Hard on line. Gotta go for line. Hard, Nat. Bring it in. You got this. Right top 4.
Squeak it by the guard
Sit.
and over curl just a bit, but maybe stayed for shot.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm not going to bet on that one.
Do you like that or do you like the draw again?
I think I would bet on that. I'm a betting man. I would put money on red on that one,
Yeah, I think I would too.
just by a sliver. But now Quebec's got a decision to make where they throw the same shot they just did or chase it around the other side. That red is poking out about half behind the guard.
There? Well, if I had good weight, it would have curled, right? I think of it. But, okay.
Lauren's going to throw the same shot she just did and try to take a couple of feet off. And
Good.
those rocks at the back of the 4-foot are going to act as backing for her if she is able to repeat what she threw the last time.
As long as she gets something in front of those 2 rocks, she should be able to get the force.
It's just we haven't played there yet. I have no clue what it'll do.
Yeah.
Like I just played this, so
Same, yeah.
I think just a tad less, right?
Just repeating the theme we talked about last end is throw what you know. If you have the option, stick to the lines you've already thrown instead of trying to figure out a new one.
Whoa! Whoa! No, Leia.
Clean
Wait's on
it,
there.
clean it, clean it.
Clean it. Whoa! Leia! Whoa! Whoa!
Late looks good.
And there comes that late finish. Look at this walk right over. Lock it right on. That rock is not going anywhere.
There's your force. I think Leia will be happy that this end is over after all the sweeping she's done.
No, that's perfect, guys. Really good sweep, guys.
The sweep
There
is the
is
one
one.
thing.
Like, keep it clean and get it there. It's good, too. But just like, if that picks her fucked, right?
Because I think ours is shot.
I think so.
Yeah.
You got it,
If I
Hope.
get out to the broom, it should be good.
Yep.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, maybe just a hair more, actually. Okay. Yeah.
Couldn't hurt.
Same week? Same week. We can get the time on my last one? No.
So with the last rock of the second end,
Tight.
Holly Hafeli trying to get a chunk of the button to score 1.
This one looks a little tighter than the Quebec rock, but it also looks like it's got a little bit more weight.
Coming down.
Hard! Hard all the way, gotta go! Hard, Natty!
Or not.
All the way, gotta go, Nat. Bring it in! Bring it in, no harm, all the way!
By the guard again. Are they going to reach it?
Your last line.
Yeah.
That's his lost line. Shoot. 1 yellow.
1 yellow. So the steal from Quebec.
Okay.
And they lead 2-0 after 2.
Like, ready to go.
And we will be right back after this break.
This is where the focus comes into play. Look at that. Canada, say hello to your new champions.
Proudly pulling for this generation of Canadians and the next for over 40 years at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
And we're back for the third end of this matchup between British Columbia and Quebec at the New Holland Canadian Juniors. We're here at the Stratford Rotary Complex in Stratford, Ontario for draw 6 of this championship. So far, Quebec has executed 2 steals. They haven't had the hammer yet, and they lead 2-0. That's always a nice place to be. And they open up with another center guard from Leia Andrews.
You got it, Nat. Right to broom. We look nice. High to mid.
Mid high.
Yeah. You can go. High. Yep.
Lead Natalie Hafeli being asked to throw another guard. We've seen this opening in all 3 ends so far. Center guard and a corner guard. So if the pass is any indication, we'll see a lot of rocks in play this end as well.
That's a guard.
Nice shot. Sorry about that.
Was that?
Yeah.
Top 4, top 8. Okay.
I extended.
Line's good.
I think I'm wide.
Alex.
Get it there.
Alex.
Steve. Hard. Get it there, girls. Hard.
Hard, Alex.
Steve. Steve.
Hard,
Keep
guys.
going.
Get it close at least. Hard.
Leia Andrews, she said she thought she was a little bit wide, but turns out to be a hair light as well, which is a result that is perfectly acceptable to the Quebec team right now. They really want to control that area in front of the house, close to the center line, so they don't mind that one there.
So, yeah, I'm going to have to... More. He looks nice. Tuppy. Might have to go. Yep.
BC trying to make use of that corner guard they just put up and draw around.
Tuppy. Yep, hard.
Line looks pretty good. And they're just going to finish it. Almost totally buried. Just a little sliver sticking out on the inside. This is Quebec's second game of the tournament. They lost their first to Alberta, while BC is playing their third, and they've also lost their 2 openers to Ontario and Nova Scotia. So somebody is going to win their first game here today. Jesse Sutherland trying to play the draw around. And again, the line looks pretty good, but this one's sliding just a little bit deeper. So as promised, we're getting a lot of rocks in play, and BC is going to have to start dealing with those rocks in the middle. They've got their potential second point hiding over there in the wings behind the guard, so now they just have to work on getting the first one.
Here. You can catch it thick. Yeah, I don't mind going. Yeah, might as well. Okay. And just hit and roll. Okay, you got this, Hannah. Hey, you got it.
So Hannah O'Neill being asked to clean up the front, get rid of some of those yellows. And as you were saying before, they, even with the big peel weight, they took probably nearly a foot of ice to let that curl come up.
Yeah, I think they're still getting fooled a little bit. Hannah didn't seem to like that when she let go of it. She kind of gave a little head shake there, but the shot was fine. I think she thought she was a little bit wide. But to your point, you know, it curled. It curled there even with that weight. So I think they're still getting used to these conditions.
And a little bonus for BC, the shooter rolled over and staggered that corner guard, so now that rock in the wings is extra protected. This one looks like it's going to overcurl for Quebec, though, so that rock in the house might be exposed by the end of this.
All of it. All right, 11. You got this. Nice 11. You got it.
So this is just a little bit more ice. They asked for a 9 last time, and they took a little bit more ice, and they're asking for 11. So in theory, 11 should curl quite a bit more.
I don't think Lauren's a little tight on this one.
I don't think she got out to the broom quite.
No.
But again, a useful result. Get the guard out of the way. As we said many times yesterday, it's not you don't have to make every shot, but you want to get something useful out of every shot. So that was the pro side miss, as they call it.
Now we got extra protection on the side there. Yeah. That rock on the edge of the 8 foot is unlikely to be moved out of play.
Alexia Perron is going to put that guard back right somewhere near the center line. And again, Leia being asked to push it over to make it curl.
guys.
Another really good scrub from the Quebec front end. That was Leia was trying to keep it straight, and Jessie was trying to make it curl. So at the end, they really were relying on Jessie to push it over that last couple of feet. I think it did the trick. There might be a little hole there, but it's not a big one, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to require some precision to get through that hole.
Wait's nice, 11.
Yeah.
Hard. Really hard net. Really
This
hard
one's snapping on them.
So I imagine we'll see what we've seen a lot of, Quebec just replacing the guard. Alexia just threw it, so I think they've got a pretty good grasp on what the shot requires. Actually, I think everybody's thrown this guard a few times today already. They're very familiar with this line.
I pushed it.
Jessie.
On that last guard, I got 18-8.
Jessie, you gotta go.
So that is
Jessie, you gotta
fast.
go.
That's crazy fast.
Hard, Jessie. Hard, Jessie. Whoa. We're good. Whoa.
Well, that time I got 17-9
Good shot. Good.
and pretty perfect.
May have over curled just a couple inches.
Now you want to try to run.
It's so hard, right, to place a guard because of the amount of curl. Depth-wise and line-wise, to cut off the
If
path,
we come to it, they'll just freeze.
placement's so much more difficult because of the amount of curl on the sheets.
Yeah, from our vantage point, we're standing right behind the hack at the opposite end, and we can see just a little bit of that back yellow on the forefoot, just poking out, just an inch of it. But it seems like there's enough curl that you can probably get down to it with hack weight or maybe backline weight and move it. So BC's got a decision to make here, whether they're going to go after it or not.
You're just gonna stick right there. We've done the like freeze to theirs or tap theirs, and then they just freeze right on top.
Because with this, it'll roll. Like, I'm not going to try to stick it. So I like 12-5 then instead of back line. If we throw back line, I don't think you're rolling anywhere. I think you're just staying there. With 12-5, you have some hope for a roll. Which one do you like better? I'd rather give you the one that you want to throw. I like the 12-5 best if you don't
You've
like
got none of the yellow in the house.
Okay. Yeah, just throw 12-5. You got it.
What does she prefer?
12-5 at that back one. Try to get a bit
You've
of a
got
roll.
none of it in the house.
I know, but that side really cuts late. So I think with 12-5, you'll be able to get it back there.
Alrighty.
My biggest thing is just not leaving one on the back fourth and then freeze.
Yeah. You got it.
So 12-5, that basically equates to what, a hack weight hit, some hack board?
Yeah, somewhere in there. She said they want a little more than back line,
Wait's nice.
and so they've elected to go with what they're calling 12-5, which is the hog time.
Line looks pretty good. This should walk over, and they're going to just sneak by the guard, and knows it. So with that soft weight, you really do get a lot of finish, and came right up to the face of that rock in the house. Unfortunately rolled open just an inch, but so this is a little more accessible than their own yellow was a second ago.
It's all good. Just hack.
Still a nice shot and very nice weight control by the BC squad.
Just like hack weight. Yeah.
Try to roll under ours if we can.
Okay. So let's come.
Look like a bit more.
That 12-5 that they just threw seemed more like a good board weight, and now Quebec's asking for hack, so this one should curl a little bit more. And Lauren's really going to have to get out to the broom, and but we've seen that they're not afraid to wait for the curl.
Roll it there. Roll. Yep.
I think think they got fooled there a little bit. They were sweeping to move it and then sweeping to keep it straight, and so they're still getting fooled a little bit with that break point.
I think one thing that's gotten lost with all this directional sweeping is that you don't have to make it curl. A rock, you know, for the entire history of the sport, the rock's curled by themselves and without that outside sweeper trying to push it. So I think a lot of teams, especially the ones that have really embraced directional sweeping, tend to overdo it when if you're just a little patient, the rock's going to go there anyway.
I think, and that's just even more so on this surface with these rocks.
And that's not a criticism of anybody on this particular sheet. I'm talking about across the board. I've seen that at everything from the club level up right up to the Briar.
Yeah.
So an opportunity here for BC. They've been chasing pretty much the whole game, and now they've got a chance to sit 3.
Natalie,
Looking for a little roll here. They wanted a little bit more roll than that, though.
Yeah, this might be the get out of jail free card for Quebec. Pretty much a nose hit, I guess, but even the nose hit, right, gives up a 2.
Well, if you wanted to get it really creative, you could probably make that triple. But I don't know if Lauren likes that kind of shot. She's been throwing mostly draws so far, so we haven't seen any big weight out of her.
No, I think it'll curl a tad here. Look good to
I
you,
think
like,
I'd agree. I think it'll curl a tad everywhere on this sheet.
Over curls a little bit, and unfortunately going to roll out. So BC will have a free draw for 3 and get themselves right back in this game.
Yeah, it's curled a lot. I was maybe like a bit inside, but curled away.
paint, guys.
Yeah, you got it, Hall. Nice and easy.
I'm throwing draws the whole time, so it should happen.
You'll be fine.
I love it as a skip when you're throwing draws all the time. That's a good sign.
I threw it nice in this half, so it's really good.
You got it. Just take it.
Holly Hafeli looking for a 3rd point. She's got her 2 already, but I think this line's a bit tighter than she hoped. She's going to be flirting with that center guard. Oh, just sneaks it by, and a great scrub by the team saves that one for the skipper. So 3 points for BC, and they take the lead 3-2 over Quebec. We'll be right back with the 4th end right after this break.
Would it kill you to give some more weight, man?
When the cab is your office, you'll never get tired of going to work. Spring, summer, fall. Season after season, New Holland offers the solutions and connected technology that you need. From seeding and spraying to the world's leading twin-rotor combine, New Holland has you covered from emergence to harvest. Visit your local New Holland dealer to learn more about how New Holland helps you get it done.
Welcome back. We're at the New Holland Junior Canadian Provincial National Curling Championships. We've got Quebec playing BC. BC just took a big 3 to pull themselves back into the game. Electing, instead of the center guard we've been seeing, to throw one right in the top 4 foot. Beck deciding they want none of that. They're going to take that out, try and roll to the side.
Nice shot, Leia. It's good, Leia.
Normal?
Yep.
10 right to broom. You got this, Nat.
You got it, Nat. Weight's nice, Hera.
Line's really good.
9-5.
Go. Ah, no, whoa. Hannah. Good shot, Nat. 10, really nice.
Same thing.
Seems like both teams are kind of taking a bit of a breather this end. After 3 ends with lots of rocks in play, they decided to play it a little bit clean.
Whoa. Jessie. Go, Jess.
Hard, Jess. Hard, Jessie.
You got this, Jessie.
Hard for a piece. Hard.
Keep going
Hard
for a piece.
Hard, Jessie. You gotta
So good, Leia.
At this level of play, each team gets 38 minutes of thinking time.
Wanna put up
Clock
the
only
center?
runs while they're deciding the shot, getting ready to
I
throw.
don't mind still going top four. I like in.
Both teams here are in pretty good shape in terms of time.
Yeah.
Holly doesn't like the boring strategies. You got it, Hannah. Height.
Wait, looks nice.
See?
Little up.
Here's height. Where we made.
Watch it.
That's clean.
Top four.
Hey, you look good, guys. Plenty. Yeah, 14-4. Do you want to bring it back a bit? Yeah, sure. Okay, bring it back.
Control.
Keep it there. Hard. Keep going. Hard, Alex. Keep going. Hard.
Okay, clean. Good shot. Nice shot. Good sweep.
Normal.
Yep.
It's pretty much been a trade 'em kind of end. One in, one hit.
A little bit different than what we saw in the first 3.
Yeah, I think maybe
Watch
both
it.
teams are taking a bit of a mental breather here. Feels that way to me.
Nice throw.
9-6. Control.
Normal.
Oh, good legs.
Normal.
Alex.
Needs to curl.
Oh, hard, Alex. Hard, Alex. Okay, clean.
Looks like Alex dropped something along the way, but it has been quickly collected.
You got it, Joe.
Normal. Yep.
And another in-turn hit coming,
Wait, nice.
and this time from Georgia. Figure if I don't say the last name, I can't butcher it, right?
There you go.
Kopitko, I think?
Lauren getting a little inventive. Just trying to put one into a path that maybe no one's thrown a hit to.
An end like this can get very repetitive, and when you kind of get locked into throwing the same line time after time, just mixing up the look can sometimes be enough to get a break.
Yeah, maybe get a sneaky couple.
Hard girl. Where is it? Top 12. Hard guys. Hard guys. Line's really good. Hard, get in. Hard. Hard, get in. Okay, that's good. Good sweep, guys.
Another big scrub. We keep saying it. This Quebec front end has dragged a ton of rocks. They do not overthrow a whole lot, do they?
No, it's great, actually. Nothing more frustrating than walking a rock down from one end to the other end and watching it bump into the hack.
10. Yep, really hard, not really hard.
BC no slouches though on the brush either. They've been doing some good dragging themselves. That last draw and that last end on Holly's last, they did a great job to get it around the guards. So.
Same way. I pushed it.
Line's good.
So similar draw coming from Alex Perron.
Hard girl.
She says she pushed it, but the sweepers still think it's a little bit light.
Line's really good. Top 12. Got this. Hard guys.
It's close.
It's good. Whoa, that's good.
It's great to see the level of communication that these teams are showing. I was on the noon draw with you yesterday, Brian, and we commented on that yesterday. The level of communication is great we're seeing out here. For the thrower to give that feedback right away, so valuable to the sweepers. We were seeing the sweepers calling weights consistently. We said yesterday, matters less that you're accurate and more, at least at the beginning, that you're doing it. Both these teams are showing a lot of positive communication.
Yeah, I think all of the teams we've seen so far, I think, have been fairly well coached in that regard. The talk from the thrower to the skip to the sweepers and back and forth, just constant, and it gives you a really good sense of what that rock is doing and how to manage it. We commented on that quite a bit too. The management of each shot has been pretty impressive. Nice control weight hit there from Holly. And Lauren will look to do the same. Probably want to roll a little bit. You don't want to give her the same look again.
Yeah, you could get adventurous and try and roll wide, maybe half tuck under that red one there.
Yeah.
What have you got to lose?
Control. Like 2 inches side stone. Is that good? Control. Clean. Clean. Oh. Clean. Jesse. Clean. Jesse. Jesse. Hard Jess. Hard Jesse.
Gonna get a little roll, but it was gonna be too much.
It's okay, Laura.
Yes. Just if that curls up another inch and deadens that roll just a little bit, they'll have that little hanger on, that little biter that we were talking about, but just didn't want to come up for them. So now BC gets to pick a spot that they want Lauren to have to chase.
15.
I think I'd be tempted to try and poke it in behind that red one.
That might be what they're trying to do. All right.
No, I like this side. Okay.
Yes.
Seems like more ice than they might need, but it's easy from the booth.
Line's nice.
Looks
Just
nice.
T.
Might be a little
Hair down. Okay, you got
Yeah.
this. Bring it to T. Hard, girls. You got this,
Needs
girls.
it.
Take it all the way in. Hard.
hard net. Get it in.
All the way, Nat. You got this. Hard, Nat.
Really hard net.
Get fighting. Get it fighting. You got this. All the way, all the way, all the way. Push, Nat. You got this. It's okay.
Ran out of house.
Great effort from the BC sweepers, but just a couple inches short, and looks like we'll have a blank end here.
You guys didn't get my joke. Do you want to try like an inside out maybe? Try an inside out take it. Doesn't matter.
So Lauren just discussing a little bit which line do we want to learn? What haven't we seen yet? And she's opting to go inside out, and I don't think we've seen one of those in any of the games we've done yet.
Blank. Woo.
So a blank end, and Quebec will retain the hammer. It's a 3-2 game for BC at the New Holland Canadian Juniors. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Stratford Rotary Complex and the New Holland Canadian Juniors. I'm Brian Chick here with Sean Turriff, and we've got a pretty good battle going on here between Quebec and British Columbia on draw 6 of the Junior Nationals.
4-10 maybe?
Quebec blanked the 4th end, so we'll retain the hammer in the 5th, and BC starts with a, was supposed to be a center guard, maybe overcurled just a little bit.
Look up, Jesse.
Okay, just the way, guys. Line's good.
up.
C-line.
It's like back out.
Back 8. Back 12. Not curling. Needs to curl.
It's
through.
through.
Needs to curl. Where is
No.
it? What do we do? Back 8? No. No, let it die. Let it die. So good, Leila.
Right under that. You got this. Height.
More.
Look.
Nice.
Back 8.
Back 4. Go come down a
Height.
bit. We'll see if it's enough.
I think it's Hannah's.
I don't want to touch it.
Back. Wait, no.
You want me to bring
Can
it
we
back?
bring it to the back yellow? No, you're not on it yet. Okay.
So the Quebec draw slides a little
Bring
bit deep,
yourself back.
and looks like the BC draw will also do that, but just hanging around at the back of the house.
But that one, wait with this one.
And Quebec back to their favorite line, that intern draw up the left side of the sheet. They've probably done it
A bit narrow.
30 times already.
Jesse.
Hard.
Go with what you know.
Split.
I guess the math doesn't check out on that, but it seems like a lot.
We're not curling at all. Needs to curl.
I think it will, ladies.
Yeah, as that weight comes off, it just starts to walk right over, and
Alex, finish. Sure. Okay. Yep.
there it goes.
Good sweep. That's good. Hannah. Still about a 15.
Yeah, unfortunately that center guard over curled enough that it's, if you squint, it's a corner guard, really, because it's really kind of covering half the outside of the forefoot.
Where are we?
Yeah, it's not really protecting the button like you want when you're trying to make that steal happen, but it's not quite far enough either that it makes the scoring area big. So it's kind of working for both teams, and
You got this.
it'll be a matter of just rock placement from here on out.
Okay, that's good.
That's a pretty good shot. That angle lines up pretty well for BC.
It is wide open though, so a soft weight tap could get to the inside and roll under that corner.
Yeah.
It's still fairly early in the end, so I don't think you can leave it there.
No, and it's worth trying.
We can free timeout.
And Quebec opting for a timeout, and Coach Jeff Cheel will come out and give some opinions. I think the play here is just kind of a backline hack weight, try to get to the inside, chip that one off the top of the forefoot, because if you don't deal with it now, you never know if you're going to have another chance for it.
Because after that, we can hit it, and they don't have a run back anymore. We just don't want to go here. Like, we have to be that side is good. Precise.
This is my. Okay, worst case, if I'm light, like we want to do top 4, not heavy, the max. So if I'm light,
Like right there.
I like to
Like
freeze
freezing.
here. Or we could do.
Or we could just guard it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
That's true.
Like, just get to this side of nose.
Yeah, I like
Just
that.
Don't need to play any weight.
like
No,
back
like,
8, back 4.
Yeah, like quiet.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Back 8.
Like,
Get the inside.
like that. Maybe there.
In a tight line.
Yeah.
It curls a lot at the end.
We got a little bit of extra weight that's going to play less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ideally, if you can get the inside more.
I know. I think I like that. I think that looks pretty close, eh?
This leg.
Good. Looks good?
Okay, we're good?
Yeah. Good.
Coach Jeff seemed like he had to convince them that you could get to the inside of that, and which is surprising considering how much curl we've seen there and how they've been able to nose rocks that were totally buried. This one's wide open, so you should definitely be able to get to the inside, don't you think?
Yeah, sometimes maybe they just need a reminder. Trust your eyes, trust what you've seen, trust what you've thrown. Pretty positive timeout. Both teams get 2 90-second timeouts, which include travel time for the coaches.
I think they opted for back 8 weight here, just kind of heavy draw and try to get to the inside and chip that red off the top of the button.
I think the key here is to sit second shot and kind of in behind.
Oh! T! T! Oh, needs to curl! Alex! Alex! Hard, Alex!
Hard, keep going. Get it there.
Hard! Hard! Lay up! Light?
It died.
Yep, keep going, keep going. Yep. Okay, it's not horrible.
Not what they wanted, but as you heard, not horrible. It does sit third shot and it is buried, so
I kind of like guard.
it is kind of a useful shot,
Are
but
we
you still have to deal with that red in the top of the four at some point. BC think about throwing a guard and maybe conceding the 1 point to Quebec.
If we tap our red up a bit, does that line us up for like a double? I like guard. Guard. Hey.
I feel like maybe the guard's a little early.
You got this, Hannah.
Might as well.
Nice center.
Nice and light.
But we'll see.
Yeah, I think making a play on the shot rock right now, a little red-yellow, either tap or tap freeze or even a hit, just to sit 1-2 or 2-1-3 or something like that would kind of change the dynamic of this end. They're both. It seems like both teams are a little hesitant to make a move.
Leave it. It's okay, Hannah.
Horrible. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's not a bad spot, Hannah. It's pretty good.
Yep.
We'll do the freeze for that.
And this is precisely why I liked the hit on the previous shot, because now
Heel.
you're going to be chasing a little bit.
It's really thin though, like to avoid this. I think we try to peel this.
Open it up.
Yeah.
I'd be tempted to remove the guard.
I can't hear you.
The highest one or the top 12 one?
Now the highest one.
Normal. Peel.
I'm sure there's something wrong with that, but I feel like then you'd force BC to put a rock in a spot that's better.
Yep. Parlay off.
And also, if you remove your guard, which
Keep it. You're keeping it. Whoa.
That was a great result.
yeah, I'm not sure what I just saw there. I thought it was going to tick the guard, and then it didn't, and then you got a little lucky with a redirect, and overall, the situation actually really improved.
Yeah, that was a great result.
To keep both of those yellows around after not really throwing it all that well is a bonus, but also the angles all changed, and that red is now exposed. You have a chance to get a few here.
Just 11 men. One's turn.
You can go from either. It's whichever you know ice for.
What?
Whichever you know ice for.
I like this way.
Okay. You got it. 11.
Drawing on her experience here, they have thrown down this path with this turn, so she should have an idea where to put the broom.
Nice.
So 11, just
five.
nice control weight, or even
Yep, hard.
good board.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yep. Really hard, Matt. Hard.
Hey,
Yep. It's really hard.
It's close.
Whoa.
Great weight.
Very nicely done.
Really nice.
So easy to get caught in between on those, where maybe you give up and go for the double, or do you try to sweep it and save the roll? And if you aren't really committed to one or the other, you have a tendency to hit in between and then roll over the top. But that was well managed and ended up in a very good spot.
So Quebec's got to be careful here. If they ever jam that third shot onto the two in the back, they could leave BC sitting 2.
Shit. Hello, buddy.
Hot mic. Oops.
I'm going to take the guard here.
Roll it in, Jesse. Roll it in.
And
Whoa.
Okay.
we're hoping that they might be able to save that shooter and maybe get a biter off the edge there, but it does roll too far. So now BC is in full attack mode. They're going to throw
You got it, Joe.
probably guards for the rest of the end, I imagine, unless Quebec can make a run back or a double or something like that.
Yeah, and now I guess I'm glad they didn't remove that guard,
Mine's good.
because it's going to be awfully difficult to get that red one on the back button off, considering the backing and the guard placement.
Hey, your line.
It's diving.
Over and off. Over and off.
It's over.
Can you get it to go?
Let it come down.
Whoa.
Whoa. It's going. It's going on its own.
That just dove. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good shot,
That's.
though.
I was gonna say they don't seem happy with it, but I think that's a really good spot for that one.
That's where I would have put it.
Well, yeah.
It makes any sort of inside roll on that top 4 rock very difficult, and there's no double there without losing your back yellow.
The line is
So I think the best you can do right now is nose that top 4 rock,
Yeah, I don't know. Best case,
and then
put the
hopefully you'll have access to it to maybe play a tap later on.
Okay. Same weight. Okay. Okay. Oh!
Alex Baron was
Clean. Yep.
a little tight with her last one, but it
Yeah.
seems like she got out to it here.
Oh! Clean. Clean. Yep. Yeah. 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 No. Yes. Hard. Hard layup. Sorry. Okay.
Nicely done. Unfortunately, I don't think you really wanted that roll.
No, I don't think so.
Right above the L's. I don't even mind this.
That's a tough shot, though. You get anywhere on the outside of that, and you jam it into the one, the 2 at the back there, on the back of the button there.
I think that's what they're doing.
Still, I think the nose hit. If you can get away with the nose hit, you would have been
Yeah, they're giving me anyways. Get Hannah cleaning.
much
right
better
now.
off. At least you would have something to. You would have had something to work with.
Mid?
Yeah.
At least Quebec has now opened up half the sheet, and the button is accessible, so you can potentially save it with a draw. But I think
Right here. Yep.
Holly is going to try to take that away with a well-placed guard.
This is tough too, though, because we know there's tons of curl. So the placement of this guard, it's tough to cut the path off to the button.
You got it, Hall.
Yeah, to your point, you probably have to leave it wider than you think.
Yeah.
You don't want to cover the button. You need to cover the path to the button.
Right.
I think we heard yesterday.
Mid. Just mid then.
Line's good.
Let
Make
it
sure it's there,
stop.
guys. You're out there.
We don't want it to curl up more.
Yep.
Okay, over and off.
Where's it?
Over and off.
Right where George's broom is perfect. That should cut the path off. This
Coming
one's
down. Coming down.
pretty good.
Curl it.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, I think you can leave it there, and that does the trick.
I think I just peeled this one.
What weight?
Peel.
Seriously? Just normal.
It's that or we do like. I don't know.
Gutsy. It's there, though.
I don't know if we try that now or my second one.
The only issue with that is if you make that shot, you pretty much leave it open.
This goes
You
there.
might
this
leave
is
a double.
yellow double. That's not
Yeah, I know.
See, I don't know if I can tell it straight then.
But do we want to just peel this? Is what I'm asking.
Give it a shot. You take that red rock,
Do we want to
cross the
just peel
face
it
of that
my
one a
first
little bit
and hope she
into
misses the
there.
guard? And then I might
The
have
issue
something at the
is if
top.
you do that, then your shooter's going to roll just a touch over here, and you'll be sitting,
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, I like
be
that.
sitting
Like
there,
just bumper?
and then
Bumper, yeah.
BC might have a double.
That's okay. We want to like.
I think I like the straight double peel here.
Yeah.
Get rid of the 2
Bumper?
reds on the New Holland logo and
You like it?
make them throw another really good guard.
I like it.
Okay.
Opio.
You got the store.
And then yeah, something like that.
That makes sound effects, otherwise it doesn't count.
I try my
I
best.
kind of like the tap.
You're an artiste, Sean.
Yeah, well,
We just
Telestrator's
open it
fun.
up.
Yeah, you're right. And then where does the BC put the if you make that double peel, then where do they put the next guard that doesn't give Quebec some shot?
Yeah, like if I don't make it, we open it, and it's not the end of the world. Just bump weight here.
They've opted for that little tap that you drew up, and
Bump. Whoa. Jesse.
That seems to be a lot of ice.
Hard dress pressure. Hard.
it's on that outside guard. Get a little, right
Or-
through. They're
ooh.
pick it off the back of the button.
Oh,
That's hard to do. I don't think you could.
Oh yeah, just pull that.
I think if you gave her that rock back, she wouldn't be able to do that again.
Unfortunate to just miss everything. A little graze or a little chip here or there would have changed up the angles anyway. But yeah, that is an unfortunate miss, as we said, an unproductive one where even chipping the guard out of the way or even moving that high guard would have been a benefit. But
Yeah, do you like here? That should be good, yeah.
now BC throwing another guard, and Quebec could be in
We want it to be on the
conceding one territory. I don't know how you get in with another good shot here.
Little more.
So what are they guarding here exactly? I guess they're guarding that same run that they just tried.
Yeah, but it's
Because
gonna
really
die
that's the
follow.
only shot they've got, I would think.
Yeah. I like it.
I agree. I think that is the only way that Quebec can score, so that should be the shot you're trying to take away.
Hold it. Wait, nice. Look.
Pete, really tight.
Over and off, not where
Over and off, girls. Pete, you got this. Get it over. Just over, guys. Over and off. Hard over.
Needs it.
Okay, whoa, you're over. You're over.
Sit down.
It's okay, hold
That pretty
works.
much does. Well, I don't know. It's hard to. I think it does the job.
I think so too, but considering you don't have a whole lot of other options, I think it's still worth trying.
Yeah, I don't think the clockwise draw is there to get to the button. That first guard was just perfectly placed in the path. There's nothing on the counterclockwise turn.
Do you like the same shot?
I don't know what else they call.
Don't think so. Well, maybe. Maybe with athlete.
Yeah, I can't throw as much weight. Like it will curl.
Yeah, less eye, maybe.
Yeah. Stay like there with good half.
With athlete,
Why?
maybe there.
Just have to like just skim by the top one.
Yeah. You got this.
I think this is the call. I don't see a whole lot of other options, so
Maybe
it's,
a bit less.
famous last words. It's pretty tough to hurt yourself any more than giving up one here, but I don't really see a way that this can go any worse than that. So it's worth taking it on.
I agree. I don't think there's much of a downside here.
Just hack weight. Yeah.
You're already set to give up one. Make a good one. You can still get your two. It's hard for me to tell whether or not they can get around that guard and get enough of that red one.
They can see about half, so they have to get close to the guard and let it curl a bit, and it's curling a little too much already, so it'll be a steal of one.
Yep.
And BC will go to the break with a 4-2 lead after starting down 2. Now they're up 2, going into halftime. We'll be back right after this, and we'll have an extended little 5th end break, but be back shortly.
When the cab is your office, you'll never get tired of going to work. Spring, summer, fall. Season after season, New Holland offers the solutions and connected technology that you need. From seeding and spraying to the world's leading twin-rotor combine, New Holland has you covered from emergence to harvest. Visit your local New Holland dealer to learn more about how New Holland helps you get it done.
back.
Are we?
Yeah, we're back. Mike's alive. It's okay. You didn't say anything. I would say, looking back over the first 5 ends, Brian, I think we're getting, they're still getting a little bit fooled by the break point. And so they're getting some over curls. And maybe with the weight a little bit, we've seen a light, not heavy, more often. And I think it's just a matter of getting used to the conditions more than anything.
I feel like what Quebec did well early on was really make sure that they were taking enough ice and relying on that late curl. And it seems like in the last couple of ends, they've gotten away from that and maybe had a couple over curl where they didn't necessarily expect it. So we'll see what the coaches have to say at the break and see what adjustments are made going into the second half.
Yeah, the one thing that continues to be great is the communication. Lots of chatter, lots of positive reinforcement with among the team. That portion has been good. So I feel like if they remain observant, they'll be able to pick up on that ice change and hopefully turn it around a little bit.
And if you're Quebec here, I think the important thing is don't panic. You're only down by 2. It's an even end. You're really still on serve, as they say.
Yeah.
So you don't have to really go over the top aggressive here to get yourself back into it. So really just go for a safe 2. And as the saying goes, there's still a lot of game left.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll be back after one more quick break for the 6th end at the New Holland Canadian Juniors.
Curling teaches as much about life as it does about sport. Club, team, house, lead, rock. These are the words of our sport. Words we embody. Powerful words. Words that speak to everything we represent. Respect, togetherness, strength. Curling doesn't discriminate. The ice doesn't judge. It adapts. It accepts. Curling isn't a book to be judged by its cover. On these sheets, everyone is on the same page. It's what's on the inside that counts. We dream big. We play with heart. We focus on these circles and imagine podiums in far-off places. In a game of inches, every move counts. Are you ready to make yours? The support of the curling community makes it possible for thousands of kids across Canada to follow their dreams, on and off the ice. Please give generously.
Stratford, Ontario for the New Holland Canadian Junior Curling Championships. We have a game going on. This is draw 6 of the competition between British Columbia and Quebec. The first Quebec team. There are actually 2 Quebec teams in the competition, as there are 2 from several provinces.
Over curling a bit.
Quebec started the game with 2 steals, but BC has fought back with 3 and a steal of their own, so it's a 4-2 game, and Quebec has the hammer going into the 6th.
Needs put more handle.
You got it, Nat. You got this, Nat.
Pretty much same weight we want for you.
All the other games have completed their 5th end break as well, so we can give you an update what's going on across the sheets. Ontario won, again another province that has two entries. Ontario 1 leads the Yukon territory 7-3. Nova Scotia leads the second Ontario team 9-3. And Alberta and Saskatchewan are in a battle. It's 4-3 for Alberta after 5. So we'll try to keep you updated on that. And again, if you need updates on any of the scores, visit Curling Canada and click on the scores button.
think the key in the last half of the game here, Brian, is going to be patience. It's going to be manage the ice, stay observant, make sure you're being aware of the changes, and try and trust what you're seeing out there.
Yeah, we saw yesterday it did seem to start to slow down just a little bit towards the maybe the 9th or the 10th end, but I think that won't be an issue for a little while yet. So for now, like you said, just believe what you see and make sure you're taking enough ice and being nice and positive with those releases, because the error, if we've seen any, is to over curl, and I think that that applies to both teams.
Yeah, I spoke with the Territories team yesterday after their game, and they were the only game on our side that went 10 ends, and they felt, rightly or wrongly, that once all the other games ended, the ice changed a little bit on them. So something to be aware of for teams. There might be a couple of quick ends to this. There might be a couple of sheets ending early, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's not uncommon. If you're the last game out there, there's less air movement, the temperature drops, a little bit, and your ice may suffer a little bit because of the lack of other bodies out there. So definitely something to be aware of. And also a 10-end game is a lot of rocks down and back, and eventually the surface does have to wear down a little bit. But so far this surface has been fantastic, and we say when it's slowing down, it's going from a 16-second draw down to maybe a 15.5. But there is a little bit of an adjustment that needs to be made.
Top 12. Alex, hard line, hard line. Hard line. Hard line. Top 12. Whoa, no, T. Where is it?
So Quebec trying to make use of their corner guard here, try to draw around and sink one in. Sliding a little bit deep, but half buried, and looks like it will hang on the back just. Actually came out the other side.
Just do 10.
Still half buried, just half buried the other way.
The other half.
I just worry that the peel is going to go right into ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, normal. You got this. Nice 10.
So a couple of good comments there that I enjoy is the way they're playing this peel inside out is driving that yellow rock away from anything it could possibly jam on. If you play that one outside in, you're running it right in towards your reds, and that can always cause some problems. So they're doing it the smart way, running that yellow into the wall, and then they didn't seem too concerned with whether the shooter stuck around or not.
I also love the weight selection there. They called the shot a peel, but they really threw. Like, they ended up like 9. I got 9.8 on that. So that's close to their normal takeout weight, but it gets the job done. The guard's gone, the shooter's rolled out. They didn't try and overdo it. Smart weight selection there.
Say that 10 times.
Smart weight selection.
So Quebec with a chance to sit 2 here if they can make the nose double.
This one's curling early though. This time it's Alex's turn to pound that brush.
It's a bit tough to tell who's shot at the back of the house there, but I don't think it's going to matter very long.
Yeah. You got it, Joe.
So you're going back.
I'm going with yellow.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree, but BC is going to have a crack at hitting that yellow, and
for sure.
Little up. Yep. Hard, Hannah. Hard all the way, Hannah. Good. Really nice.
Nice nose.
Nice shot.
so the good news for BC is that they're sitting 2. The bad news is that they're all at the back of the house, and as expected, the Quebec team is calling for a freeze.
Maybe a bit less.
I think that's good. Yep. Yeah. Top
These were the kind of shots that they were making very effectively early on that maybe have gotten away from them a little bit, but they were making a lot of swooping draws and a couple of really nice freezes, and I imagine they hope they can get back to that style.
Hard, Jesse! 3! Hard, Jesse! 3! It just does. Hard!
Hard, guys. Go, 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 go. Tighter. Not even.
I think the line on that one was pretty good. I think it was just a weight issue. I heard the comment that it just died.
Line going right above our other one. Just that.
Might keep an eye on the rotations.
No, like the one back there. Yeah.
Yeah. You got it.
We're not seeing rocks consistently die, so I'm a little bit hesitant to blame the ice.
Yeah, that rotation tends to be the culprit more often than not. If you're a little soft on the rotation, that it can dig in a little bit and really grind and just kind of, I always say it floats. It doesn't really curl anymore. It just kind of drifts off that line, and a lot of the weight will come off. So you want to, we always say, be positive to the broom, and with these rocks, you know they're going to curl 5 or 6 feet, so you can be extra positive or a little aggressive with that rotation. That little ruckus was the Saskatchewan friends and family section after a big weight triple from one of the Saski players.
This one's got a little bit of heat.
Yeah. This is really one of the first times they've thrown inside out off the line, and actually were able to hold it quite straight.
Looks just a little unlucky there. One inch either way, and they would have made that double.
Hit and just like roll it.
However, if you're Quebec, you don't mind the rocks at the back of the house. They might end up helping you at some point.
Yeah, right there.
Probably just come with a 10. Roll it this way. Paul.
Just normal. Try to roll a little. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. If we lose the back one, it's fine.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't.
I didn't put my grip on. I just realized I didn't bring it down.
Try to remember next time.
Yeah, that should be okay. It'll come up here, so be careful.
You got it, Hall.
Ollie looking for a little hit and roll here, trying to avoid the jam on the back one, but has also mentioned that if you happen to clip it on the way by and remove your own backing, that it's not the end of the world.
9-5. He will.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah.
Whoa.
Wants it to curl a little bit more, and rolls just a little too far. So Quebec will be playing the freeze.
Something else these teams might not be used to is the action they get off of the rocks. They're probably quite a bit more lively than what they're used to at home. She wasn't that far off the nose on that one, and yet rolled. I don't know, what was it, 4 to 6 feet, somewhere in there.
Yeah, that same shot and the same impact at most curling clubs, that shooter would probably stick around. These rocks have very, very active striking bands, so when they run into each other, they do tend to ricochet with a little more vigor.
Yeah, at my club, that probably would have just sat right there.
What club's that, Sean? Who want to give a shout out to the people at home?
I don't know. After what I just said about the rocks, maybe I better not.
Well, I'll say hello to my two clubs, the Royal Canadian Curling Club in Toronto and the Toronto Cricket Club. So hello from Stratford.
And I will mention the Richmond Hill Curling Club. Hi, guys.
Where is it?
Circular.
Really nice weight. Almost got on top of that red one.
Yeah, they were hoping for just another half rock worth of curl, and then that yellow was probably not going to be able to get removed if it was overlapped a bit more with that red. Unfortunately, as it stands, it looks like it's open, and BC has a clear shot to it.
Nice weight, 10, 9-5.
Hannah, bring it up. Hannah, all the way. Hard, Hannah. Hard, Hannah. Hard all the way. Gotta go, Hannah.
Another inside out here.
Gotta go.
Looks like it moves pretty nicely off that line as well. So it seems like there's a lot of curl across the whole sheet, going all directions, which is what you want, really.
Yeah, and I think if you're positive, like you're saying earlier, Brian, if you're positive with your release, it's pretty consistent and it's predictable. The unpredictability comes from, with no disrespect to any of the players, the unpredictability comes from the release. So I think the inconsistencies are in the release rather than the ice. But when you as we saw on that last one, if you can release it positively, get some good rotation on it, it's going to follow the path that you expect.
So Lauren Shield drawing against 3, has to hit basically full 8 foot.
Yep, all you. Yep. Whoa.
Line won't be an issue as long as they can put it somewhere between the top 8 and the back 8.
T. No. Oh, clean.
No. We're good. Good, Laura. Good shot.
And it hangs on for 1. So Quebec pulls within 1, 4-3 for BC after 6. And we will have the 7th right after this break from Stratford, Ontario.
This is where the focus comes into play. Look at that. Canada, say hello to your new champions.
Proudly pulling for this generation of Canadians and the next for over 40 years at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Welcome back to Draw 6 action at the New Holland Canadian Juniors from Stratford, Ontario. I'm Brian Chick with Sean Turriff. Quebec scores 1 and pulls within 1, so we've got a game on our hands here.
Got a barn burner there next door, too. It's they just finished the 6th end. This is Ontario and Nova Scotia. And Nova Scotia is leading 9-7 after 6 ends. If you like rocks and play, I guess that's the game.
Ontario was down 9-3 there and just popped 4, so it's that kind of game.
It's that kind of game.
On the other sheets, Ontario 1 is up 10-3 on the Yukon, and Last Rock coming for Saskatchewan. It looks like a single point, so that's going to be a tie game after 6. Quebec slips in with their first one, and BC with the peel. So looking to throw that center guard up and see if they can't get a little steal momentum going.
Line's good. Line's good. Whoa. Jesse first. Can't be in, guys. Whoa. It's all there. Whoa. It's all there. Whoa. Just the weight, guys. Line's good.
Don't touch it.
Whoa. Can't be in.
Whoa.
Can't be in. Whoa. Just please. Can't be in.
Good shot, Leah.
Nice shot.
That really tight guard. Are they really trying to steal, or are they really just trying to put a little pressure on? Just to see what you're going to do, BC. What are you going to do?
Nice thing with that tight guard, it makes the tick a little more dangerous. You're more likely to pop your opponent into the house, and if it's a little bit higher, you probably see the opponent take the tick on a little more often. Maybe not up by 1 point, but that's when they would try it.
Yeah, I don't think that's something we've seen a lot of. At least we didn't see it in the last game. In the last game I did yesterday. We haven't seen it yet today. But yeah, it's almost like I forgot about the tick, to be honest.
Well, if you've been watching the Women's Worlds all week, they banned it to a degree, and certainly had some interesting impacts there. No game was out of hand with the tick shot. Severely limited to when you could play it, and there are a lot of big steals in that competition as a result. So we'll see if that rule gets trickled down to other competitions. But we are not playing it here, so a tick shot is totally allowed on the lead rocks. So BC actually ended up kind of doing what I was mentioning by playing the accidental tick and knocking Quebec into the house. So that's the benefit of those tight guards, is that they can get improved pretty frequently.
If you like it.
Sure.
Even if you just do that.
Yeah.
Right to the brim, you got this. Nice 10.
Hannah O'Neill being asked to play either a hit and roll or a double. Again, going the inside out route.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it looks like this will over curl.
Yeah, I think she got that one started a little bit, just little bit inside. And there's not a lot of forgiveness once you get it going. It's not really going to hang for you.
So this, I think, answers your question whether, oh, maybe not, whether Quebec wants to steal or whether they just want to put a little pressure on. Their first indication was that they wanted to hit the red and sit 2, but they've changed their mind and are throwing a guard now. So what does that tell you?
That maybe they weren't sure what they wanted to do at the beginning of the end. No, I think at this point, they're throwing the guard. They're maybe trying to apply some pressure.
Where is it?
Top 12.
And to be fair, maybe they changed their mind.
It's 3.
Yeah, I think the guard would lead to the kind of pressure where maybe we actually are trying to generate a steal, but sitting 2 wide open is just your routine force.
Yeah.
But that's not what you wanted to do if you're trying to steal. You don't want to line up your reds right next, or your yellows right next to each other. And
I like to touch more though.
it should be a fairly routine double if you're anywhere near the nose on this one.
Going to be the one. The one.
Going back to your earlier comment, talk about what kind of discussion a team might have maybe before an end, or not knowing what you want to do or get out of an end. How do these teams manage that sort of thing?
I would expect that most teams will set end goals for themselves. We generally talk about identifying what you want out of an end, what you don't want out of an end, and what you can live with, and maybe what the bonus is in an end. And what contributes to that is the scoreboard, time of the game, that kind of thing. That's a typical between-end conversation between teams. Every team's a little bit different, of course. And, of course, you've only got about 30 seconds of turnaround time, so you don't want that to be a prolonged discussion. A lot of teams will take that model, though, and kind of plan out what it is what the outcome they want, and then build their tactical approach off of that.
That was a nice double there by Hannah O'Neill to maybe make up for that first throw, but that pre-end discussion, what you're talking about, I think is, even though it is only 30 seconds, will really kind of help steer a lot of your strategic decisions over the next 16 shots. So if you don't know exactly what you're trying to get out of an end, it leaves a lot of doubt for those 50-50 shots. But if you have that discussion, it tends to give you at least a game plan that you're trying to follow. So we're trading a couple of hits here.
Same thing.
I'd expect in this end, in 7, Quebec would be. This would be Sean again. This isn't necessarily Quebec. This isn't necessarily the right answer. My personal plan would be the force. That would be what I want, what I can live with. I could probably live with a blank. What I would like to avoid is giving up a deuce. And a bonus would be a steal, probably.
So what I think we saw there was by throwing what was supposed to be a guard, they were leaning towards the steal, and by not making it, now they bring that 2 back into play. So as with most things, it's risk and reward, and always relies on execution.
It's okay.
No, I like 10.
If everybody made every shot, it'd be pretty boring, right?
We want to
Exactly.
touch more. Just come up. Okay.
It'd be chess.
Right. And on the flip side, if I'm BC, what I want is a deuce. What can I live with? I could live with a blank. I'd like to avoid being forced. And I'd also like to avoid giving up a steal.
I think this is a really nice shot from Georgia to hit and roll wide, and BC has a textbook deuce set up at the moment. Rocks on either side of the house, no double available, and the junior deuce is in play.
You got this, Thor. Hit and roll.
So what Lauren's going to try to do here is hit and roll as far over to the opposite side of the house as possible to get those rocks a little more bunched. Assuming BC wants to make a play on hers, then in theory the 2 reds at least will be closer together, and she might have a crack at a double. But this one needs to curl. She's a little on the wide side.
Oh, you just don't want to flash this.
Got just enough. But you'll see Holly put that one right back on the opposite side of the rings.
Do you like a little bit deeper, or do you want it up again?
Okay, with a little bit out. Okay. Yeah, mid 4. Yeah.
Always thinking about the double. That's why probably she was happy with it a little bit up. If there's any kind of angle between those rocks, then there's a possibility of a double, but they are so far apart. If she splits the house there, the double would be pretty tough regardless. I think the only place you don't want to put it is sort of back behind the tee line.
Yeah, basically anything from the tee line forward on the left side of the sheet is going to be safe from a double. Just physically probably impossible. So as long as you don't slide a little bit deep and give Lauren a chance at a big cross house. Still a very difficult shot, but at least it's physically possible.
I don't want to touch it. I got 14-9. Do you want me to bring it back?
Yeah, bring it way back. Okay, that's good.
So this is actually the spot that we were kind of saying you didn't want to leave it. So that's a bit unfortunate for British Columbia, but Lauren is not taking on the double. She's just going to throw the nose hit.
14-8. Don't hit me. Yes, you did.
Just control.
Got this.
And she's hoping just to get a miss or a half shot out of BC here. If she can nose this one, then she's forcing Holly to nose right back. And if she ever rolls out, then they got the cheap force is sometimes called.
Control. Go. Clean. Oh, Jesse. Jesse!
And this one also needs to curl. This is hanging,
Pressure.
but they will get enough of it. But I don't think she's sticking around.
She called control there. which I like. I'm not sure that was control. That might have been her issue on that one. She might have thrown a little bit more.
But I sort of stuck it in my gut because I didn't like the guard. And we should have just taken out.
I'm sorry, that was my bad. I was just, for me, I was just like, you know what, if we get this. It's the thought that counts.
So British Columbia's Holly Hafeli will have a free draw to the paint for a second point, and looking to go up 6-3 over Quebec. She just threw it, so I think I like her chances.
Anywhere in the house, girls.
Her left.
Gotta get it here.
Look up. It's hard. It's there on its own.
Make sure it's here.
Needs it.
You got this, girls. Bring it
Go
all
to the top 12.
All the way. You got this.
Get it in there.
Bring it in. Hard, Natalie. You got this. All the way. Hard. Okay, you're good. You're good. You're good.
It's in.
Really good sweep, girls.
Good scrub from the British Columbia front end, Hannah O'Neill and Natalie Hafeli. And 2 points on the board for BC, so they will go up 6-3. And we will have the 8th end right after this.
We have a bit of time, so yeah, nice shot. I don't mind. Put it in.
Put it in?
Yeah, right top four. Got it. Good stuff. Yeah.
To the Stratford Rotary Center for the 2022 New Holland Canadian Junior Curling Championships. I'm Brian Chick here with Sean Turriff, and we are in the 8th end of Quebec versus British Columbia. BC up 6-3 after 7, and starts by lobbing the first one into the top of the forefoot. That's not unexpected.
No, I think BC would be happy with the force here. That would be the ideal situation. And they don't really want cover. They don't really want a place for Quebec to hide. So stick a top 4 and hope we can keep it clean this end.
So BC looking to throw another one into the top 4, and then
Where are we?
I expect you'll see another guard from Quebec, or maybe a come around that corner.
No harm, you can bring it up. Okay, whoa, Tuppy. Whoa, you're good.
It's all there. One more.
Really good, Nat.
And they're going to use that corner, which tells me they're not quite in panic mode yet. If you were really desperate for points, you'd probably see a second guard.
Yeah, 3 points, 3 ends left. There's time. I like it.
Take 2, force, take 2.
Sure. Good plan.
Hard, Alex. Gotta be in. Hard. Okay, whoa. Leave it. Leave it? Yeah, it's overthrown. Good sweep. Good shot.
Pretty good shot there. Looks mostly buried and right on the tee line.
Yeah.
So not sure that they can actually do this.
You cannot. This is the 5-rock free guard zone, so unless somebody stops her pretty quickly, they will have to replace this rock. It's a nice shot, but unfortunately, I think it has to go back.
Not sure anybody's noticing that, though.
Tap it. Even freezing.
Coach or an official should be jumping up and down right now.
I would be. So in a situation like this, be well within the right of a coach to call what they call a
Technical timeout or an official timeout?
technical timeout or a fair play timeout.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Quebec because that puts them in a deep hole right now, and just an oversight of the rules by anybody who's paying attention, because that should not have been allowed.
You got this. Yep. Nice. Oh. Clean. Yep. Yep. Halo. Clean. Clean. Good girl, Hannah.
19 net.
Really nice.
Or not.
To be
I
sure.
know. Because I tried to look up, but Lauren doesn't hear me call it.
Yeah, Quebec's in a tough situation now, and unfortunately, because of the oversight there on that guard removal, I think this is why we went to the 5-rock rule.
Yeah. Well, they've called a timeout, and Coach Jeff is coming out to share some wisdom.
Run that into the yellow. Hopefully keep our yellow on top of the red.
Okay.
So we can either play it with whatever you're comfortable with.
I'm good with teal. And then at least when we know that stays straight is teal.
No, it doesn't. It curls.
Oh, curl. Well, curl, I think.
What are you confident that you can hit it almost on nose?
Well, I can
Me
throw
or
behind
her?
it. What do you think, Ryan?
I like normal.
Okay, throw normal.
With what ice? It will curl a bit.
Like that much off the
It's okay
stone.
if our guard stays up there. We need to keep this one in play and eventually move these back after. So after that, after you take the guard out, even if you peel the guard, that's okay. Because then you've got something to work with. Then we can tap back, bump back.
Yeah.
The corner's probably a forgotten thing right now. Now we play here and we can use these as backing.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity to get these backing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's open up and give yourself some shots.
I like it.
Okay.
Let's bring the intensity up, guys.
Some useful tips there from Coach Jeff Geel. Really, he's identified the problem rock as that center guard. If you get that out of the way, then you do have some options to move the rocks around in the house. A lot of weight coming down, and she's close to the nose, but maybe going to cross it just a hair.
I didn't miscount those rocks. Did I
Nope.
when I was talking about that?
Nope, that was the 5th shot that threw the peel, and that is not allowed.
I started to question my math there.
His top 4 corner, top 4 come around, and then the next shot was the peel. And unfortunately, I don't know if the official missed it, but I don't think the coach was behind the bench at the moment.
Coming down.
It needs to curl.
Coming down, Ho.
Watch it, girls.
And maybe that's just an inexperienced thing from the team. If you're not You got other things on your mind already. You don't nearly know. You're not counting stones.
Just control.
Well, as predicted by Coach Jeff, you get that center guard out of the way, then it does give you some options to make plays on the stones in the house. So you'll see a yellow, red coming here, I think, and that should improve Quebec's situation a little bit.
That was a bit more.
So viewers at home might be wondering what a team can do about a situation like that. Unfortunately, there's really nothing you can do if you've missed it. If you missed it, you missed calling it at the time, and what I'm talking about is the illegal, I guess, removal of that guard. You pretty much got to call it right away. It's got to be rectified at the time. If not, then there's no recourse 2 rocks later.
Yeah, and I mean, that's true in other sports too. If things go missing, then if they're not caught right away, most of the time you can't go back and reset or start over. So it is something that happens in sport, and unfortunate that it seems to have really turned this end around,
We can guard them.
or really dictated the direction of this end.
Okay. Do you want to?
It was a good peel, though.
Yeah, it was a great shot. Just wasn't necessarily allowed.
Where do you want the guard?
Okay. I like that. Because they're rough cut, so.
Yeah.
So BC looks like they're shifting gears a little bit and really trying to throw another center guard up there to protect that steal. That rock in the 4-foot's in a really nice spot for them. And they'd like to keep it there.
Mid high. High. Just mid. Over and off.
Is it over not? Coming down. Coming down.
Get it over, girls. Hard. Hard all the way. Gotta go. Gotta go. Hard.
It's over.
Finish that. Finish that. Yes.
Finish it. It finished on its own. Really
Tough to
nice
guard
shot.
everything there. There's any number of ways to get at that rock on the top 4.
Good bump.
Tough to guard everything.
Yeah, you really couldn't with the 2 yellows, and even with the red there, you can use all of them to run in, and it's only 1 rock, so you couldn't cover 3 of them.
I think they did the smart thing. They took away the quote-unquote easiest of the options. So
They're still going to have a crack at it and try to throw a soft weight takeout around that guard to nose the yellow in the center. And the way, and we keep saying this rock, the ice curls, the rocks curl, so the shot is definitely there.
good anticipation on the break point there with the sweeping call.
Yeah.
Oh, it just cut at the last second there, though.
Yeah, they were on that one early, but it wasn't because she was tight. I think they just knew it was going to curl.
Yeah, I didn't think she was tight out of the gate, and just past the New Holland logo, it decided to take the off ramp.
Same spot? Huh? Same spot? You got a hole.
No, 17 should be good.
17's mid. Stitching 5 is close.
Line's nice.
A little more than yours.
I also think it's important, because I'm all over this now apparently, to say that I don't think there was any malicious intent there by BC. I think it was purely just a mistake. It didn't appear as though
Finish
you
it.
know there was anything
No,
malicious there at all. I didn't, and I hope I didn't come across as portraying it that way.
I don't think he said it that way. And also,
That's really nice, Hall.
you're not trying to get away with anything, because you realize if anybody's paying attention, it's going back. So it's not something you can even try to be sneaky about, because the rule says that if it goes back, it goes back. So no, just an honest mistake and a bit of an oversight by all parties. And
At worst, I peel that.
Even if you
And now I'll stop talking about it.
And yeah, now you just got to get on with life.
It's okay. There. Normal? Yep. Okay, you got this.
So another guard in a pretty good spot there to take away the stagger, or to stagger that guard on the center yellow, really means that the angle's not there to run it straight back. So Lauren here is now being forced into the short run back, but you can still only see just maybe half of that yellow, and she's going to have to hit almost all of it.
Did you catch what weight she had called for this one?
A lot, apparently.
Normal, I've heard.
Looks like a little more than normal. She's got a squeak by the guard.
We're close. She's close.
Nicely done.
Well done. I got a 9-second hog to hog on that. Well thrown. Well managed by the brushing.
Yeah. I think if she throws any less weight on that, it definitely curls up enough and probably ticks the guard. So that weight kind of saved her on that.
Yeah. There was very little chance that she wasn't going to poke the rock that she ran back, that she was going to bury that. It would have been very difficult to bury it.
Because you got a hair by the guard, so I don't like here.
We do have a final next door. Ontario has finished off the Yukon 13-4 after 8 ends.
You got it, Hall.
And we've got a 13 to. We've had back-to-back-to-back 4s on the game next to us. Nova Scotia took a 4 in the 5th. Ontario took a 4 in the 6th, and Nova Scotia took another 4 in the 7th. So that's a football game going there on sheet 3. It's 13-7 for Nova Scotia right now. And BC will try to replicate the shot they just saw with probably a little less weight based on the ice.
Oh, this one's curling.
They're getting close to that
Gotta be
guard.
careful. She rubbed that guard. She might punk that yellow one in.
Oh, no. Just sneaks it by.
Good call. We kind of have a mesh. It's from the hockey rink. Mesh net in front of us. And it's messing with my perception here a little bit. I thought she was on the guard.
Really nice, Holly.
It was just the net.
That's why we like.
Well, I think that one was also a little bit more weight than we've seen, so it tracked a little bit more. I think both of those last 2 shots, if they're thrown a little bit softer, you're definitely on that guard, and just that little extra weight kept it running straighter.
Exactly. Like you can throw up.
So a big draw coming up for Quebec. This will be a game saver, because she's looking at 4 at the moment and needs full 8.
I don't want to go until the game's done. I hate going in the middle of the game.
Where is it? Top 8.
Jessie.
Where?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
This one has to curl a long way. It might not get there.
One red.
Just a little wider, I think, than a lot of the draws to the center, and a touch more weight. Just didn't get that finish.
So that's a steal of 1 for BC, making the score 7-4, and we will be right back with the 9th end right after this.
When the cab is your office, you'll never get tired of going to work. Spring, summer, fall. Season after season, New Holland offers the solutions and connected technology that you need. From seeding and spraying to the world's leading twin-rotor combine, New Holland has you covered from emergence to harvest. Visit your local New Holland dealer to learn more about how New Holland helps you get it done.
Welcome back, folks. We're at the New Holland Canadian Junior Curling Championship here in Stratford, Ontario. BC there with steal of 1 to go up 7-3. And we gave a recap of the scores, but we did not recap the Saskatchewan-Alberta game. Saskatchewan up 5-4 after a steal on 7 against Alberta. Way over there on sheet D.
It's all there. The guard. Whoa. Whoa. Line's good, Alex.
Quebec needing to put some points on the board in this end, I think.
Yeah.
Down 4 with 2 ends to play.
Hard, Alex.
So
Hard, Alex.
electing to
All the
throw
way,
up that
all the
corner
way, keep
guard
going.
that they can
Keep
hopefully use to
pushing it.
generate some extra points.
Good sweep.
BC, of course, just trying to
You
make
got
sure
it.
nobody
Right,
scores.
top 12. You got this, Nat. Yeah, same weight. We'll just sweep less.
Hair more?
A little more. Top 4.
Yeah,
on its
top
own.
4.
Okay. T-line back 4, Mimi.
Mine's okay.
It's not coming down at
It's a
all.
little up.
Needs to curl.
Back 8.
Bring it back then. Oh, no,
It's coming down.
Yeah. It's with the other one. Top 4.
Yeah, it's about the same.
On the side.
Well, that's where it ended up.
Okay, Nat.
Pretty good result. BC really just wants to not to junk it up exactly, and anything on the center line there in front of the 4-foot is going to make it tough for Quebec to get extra points.
Alex, hard! Get it there! Hard line, hard! Hard, Alex! Hard, Alex! Gotta go! Hard, get in! Go, hard, fighter, hard! Go.
So some teams here might throw an extra corner guard up. Quebec electing to use the one they've got and get one in now,
Good sweep.
as opposed to trying to throw up another corner.
Here's okay too.
Yep.
Yeah, close is okay. Just close to
As long as it's like on center.
Throwing a second corner there
About like a 16-8 for close.
just gives you a better chance with Last Rock of making sure you've got a corner to use later.
Wait, look.
See it more often, I think, in the men's play because the men choose to throw the big weight peels a little more often than the women.
It's moving a lot. She doesn't have a lot of handle right now. Okay. On top of those. Yeah. Yep. No, not.
I think BC happy here just to load up the center and make it hard for Quebec to get more than 1 point.
You think somebody told them that they can't peel the guard this time?
Are we gonna do that?
I don't know.
Because that was almost an identical situation to the last end.
We can just step back like back line. We have like backing then.
Our time is low.
Control. Need to play it quick.
What? Yeah, we need to finish.
You heard a comment about the time there. They've got 6 minutes 43 of thinking time left, which is not a ton, but it's not low yet. You are allocated 4 minutes per end, basically, and they're well into the 9th end, so they wouldn't be in panic mode quite yet. But yeah, they do have to keep an eye on that. They can't dilly-dally too much.
Yeah, and I think they've used both of their timeouts, so
wanna guard again?
that's
Or
the
get rid of
time
their
they've got
corner?
left.
And that's thinking time for anybody who's wondering. So that's from the time the previous shot stops to the time your thrower has crossed the tee line.
Okay. Oh, I can do that.
Yep. 8. Wait, nice.
Hard.
Hard, Nat. Are you getting both?
Hannah O'Neill looking for the peel.
Good.
Sweep it, Joe.
Mean to rhyme there.
Hannah O'Neill throwing the peel.
Just a happy accident.
Yeah.
Or we can freeze.
So at this point, you think Quebec is getting a little more desperate, right? They have to think about being a little extra offensive and a little bit aggressive. So Do you like the freeze there, or do you think the hit and roll is good enough? Because you think they have to be thinking about getting 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think they got to get something around that corner. I'm not even sure that center one is the one I'm worried about right now. I'm not worried so much about red rocks as I am about getting more yellow rocks in play. And I think even if they made that shot, unless they stick the shooter somewhere, BC's pretty happy.
It's okay, Jess.
Yeah. So unfortunate miss there for Quebec. That'll make generating that offense even tougher. And BC's just going to go about getting rid of the yellows, make the yellow go away.
Little up, 10-5. Little up.
Ideally here, they'd like to roll that shooter out and away.
You got it.
Really prefer not to give Quebec something to freeze on or roll behind. That's a pretty good shot, though. If you're not going to roll out, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's both good and bad. Like you said, it covers your rock in the forefoot, but also if Quebec makes a good freeze here, then that's going to be a bit of a hindrance. It's nice to be sitting 3, but you don't really need it right now.
No. At least it's short enough that hopefully they could use it if they needed to.
Yeah, it's a short little run even if a good freeze is made here.
Yep. Yep, line. Okay, line's good. Where are we? There's Jesse, yep. Where is it? Hard then, hard. Top 12. Hard. Hard. Top 12. That's okay too, guys. Where are we? Top 12. Okay, yep. Get it by. That's fine. Good.
It's a really good shot.
Do you want to
She was close. She was close to getting it to that one.
Yeah, they wanted it a foot farther would have been perfect, but where it is not bad. Although this is what we were talking about with that short little run back. It basically hit that red almost anywhere, especially on the left side or the high side, and it will take the yellow with it.
What you don't want to do is cross it, though.
Which she's definitely flirting with.
That works. Good sweep.
Well, a glimmer now for Quebec.
Control. Can you roll? Can't roll.
Normal.
Whoa, Jesse. Alea. Hard,
Alex Perron looking for a nose hit, getting kind of close to that guard, but just squeaks it by and gets the roll under. That's a great result.
You're hitting about here, right? I think coming this way might be a bit less.
Well done by the brushers to hold that. The unfortunate part is there is a short red run. I don't know the doubles there actually as well. You have to throw quite a bit of weight. It's pretty flat. But that might be the better shot. BC's not terribly concerned about giving up 1 here, and I don't even know that they're terribly concerned about giving up 2. They would go into 10 up 2 with hammer. That's a pretty good position to be in.
Yeah, I think I'd be throwing the double to make sure you get at least 1, and anywhere on the left half of that rock as we're looking at it should run it into the side of the yellow, and you'd be sitting in pretty good shape. We've seen a lot of shots they just squeak by guards.
Yeah, well, and I think that speaks a little bit to the sweepers. The sweepers have been phenomenal today. Head down, hard all the way, never giving up. Lots of great effort.
So Holly Hafeli looking for a little inside roll or double on this, but it has to curl a while.
Yeah, I think she's going to get a little bit outside. No, that's a nose.
And as we said before, at least the good news is you got rid of 1 and really limits the big end opportunity for Quebec.
Yeah. Or maybe maybe freeze to this one? Yeah. Okay. You like that? Yeah. Go. It's that or I go like. She will have her back double. I don't want that. I like that.
I heard them say they were going to try and freeze to something. Which one are they going to try and freeze to? The yellow?
You like the draw?
I don't mind it, but also
What way?
I don't really see a freeze that I like a whole lot.
No, and I might be wrong there. She did say something about a draw on this side, so maybe just trying to put it in behind her own yellow.
Yeah, that's maybe your best bet, unless you like a hit and roll off the open red.
top
Leia,
eight.
Leia, Leia, hard.
Hard line. Hard line. Whoa. Hard Leia. Oh,
No,
Jesse. Jesse. Hard Jesse.
Hard, Jesse, yeah.
Whoa.
Go, Jesse, Jesse, finish.
T.
Go, 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 go.
Hard Jesse.
Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's good, Laura.
It's an interesting shot because it is sitting third, and you assume that BC is going to ignore it.
Yeah, I mean, you ever get a miss here?
Yeah, if they play the short run and happen to not to make contact with that yellow, then you've got a shot for 3 all of a sudden. So
Yeah.
it's not a terrible spot.
The problem with playing the red, if she ever had tried to play the kind of the red in off, I don't know if I can draw here, the little red in off, she sets up a double, and then the end's gone. But I mean, at this point, Quebec's, as you said earlier, desperate, and they need a miss, unfortunately. It gives them a shot.
Nice and easy 10.
So, Holly looking for essentially a nose hit here on the top red. She has a nice and easy 10, which is nice control weight. She's not going to overthrow. Won't be a missile. If you do it right, you might get both yellows.
Pair more.
10?
Whoa.
Pretty solid ad on that one.
10 all the way.
I think she's going to be close.
Yeah, it's coming nice. Oh, yeah, I think she's pretty close.
Roll it, roll it, roll it. Try. Good double.
Really nice.
That was a pretty good result. The double here's tough. Well, no, I guess it's not terribly tough. I was worried about the jam back here, but I don't think the angles really line up for that.
It's certainly possible, but I think you're probably going to go over the top.
Yeah.
Double.
So a double for 2 here. We'll keep Quebec alive.
Pretty much a nose hit will do it.
But yeah, if you're a hair wide of the nose and you just get the redirect, you could get very unlucky.
Your first, Jess?
Yep.
Normal.
No. Leia!
Yeah, this is sailing quite a bit wide.
Yeah, she gave a bit of an ad there. Oh. Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
And another steal of 1 for BC, making it 8-3. And there's the handshake. So
Good day.
BC improves to 1-2. Quebec will drop to 0-2. And that will be the end of this draw for our broadcast. We'll be back again tonight, or later on at 4 o'clock for a men's draw. And until then, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time for the New Holland Canadian Juniors from Stratford, Ontario. Have a good afternoon.